Okay, so what you will have is a worksheet with different images that you can draw from. Okay, what I would do is I would choose which image I would like to draw from, and I would cut that out. Okay, so I'm just going to cut out this television here. Using some thicker cartridge paper, and I'm going to put my drawing up in that top corner. I'm just going to use a tiny bit of masking tape. I'm going to cut it in half, 2 bits. I'm going to put one either side so that I've created a page that can lift up and down. What we're going to be using today is something called carbon paper. Now, carbon paper has got ink on one side, and it has got kind of symbols. Sometimes it's plain, sometimes it's got some symbols or logos on the front. So you know that logo side up, ink side down. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lift my image up. I'm going to pop that underneath, and I'm going to use a biro so that you can see my lines. You could use a sharp pencil. But I think a biro is good because you can see where you have already been. I'm going to try not to press down on the carbon paper because I don't want dirty fingerprints on my page below. Okay, and I'm just going to start to draw out some of the main detail. And I'm just going to draw this bit up here. I'm just going to go around all these different lines first of all. Sometimes you don't want to press so hard with your biro because you don't want really thick dark lines underneath. Just putting a little bit of that shadow, that tone in there. I'm not going to colour in, but I am going to add in some kind of dark marks here and there to give this drawing a 3D quality. I don't want this drawing to be too flat. And I'm going to be thinking about using my mark making skills. So I'm going to think about what kind of marks I want in my final drawing. So am I going to do just a little bit of kind of not cross-hatching, it's just going to be kind of a diagonal line. And I'm going to just take this time now to lift up this page, take away the carbon paper and see where I'm at. Okay, I've just got the screen down. I can lift this up and down because I've taped it in 2 places so it won't be moving. That's why it's so important to tape both sides and maybe not to tape here and here so that you can't get underneath. It's better for you to have like this page that can be moved up and down. Just gonna add in here, and this top line I've not added in yet. I'm just gonna, now the dials, I mean they've got quite a lot of detail on, but it is ever so small, so I am only drawing about 10 centimetres by 7 centimetres, probably not a very large drawing. But I want it to be a quick drawing because I want to be able to create quite a few of these. I'm thinking about maybe choosing 2 of the objects off the worksheet that then I can use in my collage on my headless suit. I have actually kind of tried to get the whole shape of that circle in there. And I'm just going to lift it up and see what that looks like. Yeah, brilliant, good. So now, these are little air vents. Now you probably don't remember when tellies looked like this, but How am I going to do those? Great. But this is this is what the family television was like when I grew up. We didn't have a remote control. That is something that me and my brother used to argue over. And we were known to get a broom handle to turn the channels because neither of us could be bothered to get up. And we had one sofa that was a nice sofa to sit on, and we used to always argue about who sat on that sofa, because we couldn't sit next to each other because we were brother and sister, and you just did not want to go near your smelly brother. Here we go. Let's have a look. Here we go. So as you can see, by adding in the different textures to my drawing, so I've done some cross-hatching here. I've also tried to show the speaker shape here. I've added a little bit of shadow here with the line going down. I could continue to add in maybe a little bit of reflection onto the screen. I'm just going to show you one that I did earlier. So I've got my television here, and also I used a camera first of all, and then I've got the camera there. And similar in the camera had this kind of leathery texture sleeve on it. And so what I did was I tried to use, I've not got the paper underneath it. I tried to use almost kind of squiggly cross-hatching lines. I've been building those up because it is darker around the lens of the camera, and then it almost gets lighter as it goes on. And so what I've done is I've tried to get more kind of this texture squiggle mark where it's darker, and then where it's lighter, I've got my squiggles a little bit further away. So there we go, guys. There is my little cheats guide to quick drawing using carbon paper. It works really, really well. It does mean then that you could photocopy these drawings and you could work into them in different ways, and I'll show you that next.